Ma, I'm making this video for you in recognition and appreciation of your ancestry. I know you love Chinese food, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's coursing through your veins. So today I'm going to make three dishes. I will make. So the first thing we have on the list here is some pork. And what I did was I just bought some pork shoulder and I sort of sliced it kind of thinly, you can see here, and I do the usual Trini thing. I washed it with lime, drained it properly, and then I marinated it with garlic, onion, some soy sauce, and some sesame oil, black pepper. Mix it together and let it marinate for a little while. I don't know, maybe about 30 minutes. So next up, what we're going to do is fry it really quick, really high, just to get it seared properly. And after that, we're going to kind of simmer it in a nice, fragrant, aromatic sauce. So let me get myself set up and then we'll come back. All right, my oil is hot. So this pork, what I'm gonna do is go in there hot and just get the outside seared and brown. I'll do this to all the pieces, and then after that we're going to simmer it very slowly, and just so we can achieve some juiciness, some tenderness, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so let me get this done and I'll come back. All right, our first batch is out. I'm not really cooking it all the way through. I just wanted to get a good sear, and I'll pull it, and then we will do a nice gentle simmer just to get the meat nice, tender, and juicy. Okay, I'll finish up with all of these and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, ma, our pork is ready. You can see here I've already seared them off. And what I have in this other pot here is a little bit of oil. I just took some of the oil from the frying process, and what I'm going to do is add in some ginger, garlic, and a little piece of onion. I'm just going to toast that a little. I'm not looking to make it brown or anything, but I'm going to toast that. And what I'm going to do is add in some other ingredients. Let me show you what they are. I'm planning to add in some Chinese 5-spice. That gives a really nice aroma and deepens the dimension of the dish. I have some sugar-free honey because I'm trying to be decently good and I don't want to use whole sugar honey. I'm going to use some Ajinomoto or MSG, and I know what you're thinking. They say this causes cancer, but that has not been proven. So we gonna use it because it make things taste a lot better. I'm gonna put in a little bit of hoisin sauce, tiny bit of barbecue sauce, and also gonna go in here with some Chinese cooking wine. You could use whatever brand you find. And lastly, but not least, in any means, red food coloring. All right. Okay. I think this is good enough. Just want it to become fragrant. All right. So let me start going in. I'm gonna put my hoisin. I would say that's about 2 tablespoons, a little bit of barbecue sauce, couple tablespoons also, couple tablespoons of Chinese cooking wine, and about a teaspoon of Chinese five spice, because this stuff is potent, I tell you. Little MSG, Ajinomoto, and I have a little bit of my honey here. I'm just gonna let that go in. It's probably about a tablespoon and a half. Let me get it all in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some water to this. In true Trini form, I'm washing out my honey bottle. And put a little more water. Alrighty. Alright. Now going in with the food coloring, because that's what gives the pork that really nice color. Let's see how that looks. I think a little squirt more, that's plenty. Alright, you can see what the color looks like. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is dunk our pork in, bring it up to boil, and lower the temperature and let it just simmer. So let's go in with our pork. And I'm guessing this is probably going to take about 30 minutes or so to come to the tenderness that we like. I tried to get a piece of meat that was nicely marbled with some fat, so that way it won't be too tough. Alright. Okay, let me pour in all of these nice juices. And we're just gonna let this simmer. Alright, I have it up on high, just as soon as it starts to bubble, I will let it up and let it go for about 30 minutes. Alright, so while our pork is going for a Char-Siu, I want to shift our focus to making the filling for our egg rolls. Let me show you what I have. Right here, I have some ground pork that I seasoned with garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and sesame oil. Okay? I have some oil in the pot here. I'm going to go in with my meat. I'm going to go in there and just break it apart with my little spatula here. Have my flame on high. And once that is has sauteed to my liking, this is what I'm going to go in with. I have here some sliced onion, sliced cabbage, and some shredded carrot. There's more cabbage than onion and carrot, if you could see here. All right. Also going into that dish is some dark soy sauce and In here I have some garlic and some hoisin sauce, and we'll put that in, but we need that meat to brown properly. Then we'll go in with these and then go in with our veggies, okay? Alright, so I went ahead and added some soy sauce to this. It looks just the color that I would like it to be. And so we're going in here with some garlic, some hoisin sauce, and I also decided to add a little bit of oyster. Oh my! A little bit of oyster sauce. Let me clean this up and get some more in there, okay? Well, I was only able to salvage what was stuck to the little container. So I'm going in here with a little hoisin. That adds a slight bit of sweetness. And what I'm going to do is, I don't like my veggies that are in my egg rolls to be wilted. So I'm going to put them in here and I'm going to turn off the fire right away. And just allow whatever heat is left in the pan and on the meat to cook this. Okay. I think it'll still have the flavor, but it will retain the crunch. Without, this is a big, thick one. I'm going to take that out. And that. I didn't realize there were so many big ones. Alright. That looks good to me. So, just going to toss this up, and then I will put it in a larger container and allow it to cool off. Because we can't really fill our egg rolls with hot liquid, filling, because it will just break through, okay? Alright. Now that I've made a sufficient mess, I'll stop. Okay? That looks okay to me. And I will just let it cool off and we'll move on to that next. Our pork is still going slowly. Let me move my soy sauce container out of the way. We'll just let it go until this is nice and soft. And then we'll move on. Okay, my filling for the egg rolls, it's been cooling for a while. I still have my Char-Siu pork over here steaming. And what I have here are egg roll wrappers. Nasoya is the brand I have. I'm sure in Trinidad they have different brands. But anyway, how we're going to do this is I have some water here. And here's my filling. I'm going to turn this thing so that the point faces me. And let's get some filling in here. And I'm gonna put some water just on the edges so it can stick together, and folding in everything like that and like that, and then just roll up this way, and while it sits there it'll get stuck together. Okay, let's do another one. Once we get all these assembled and everything. It'll be a quick swim in some oil, and then it'll be ready to enjoy. Oops. Put that in here. Okay. Pull my filling in, tuck in my sides, and roll over. There we go. Got another one. So I'll continue making these and then we'll come back and fry them up. Alright, Ma, I've gotten several egg rolls ready to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and while I think I probably have about 5 more egg rolls left to roll. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do a shallow fry on these and get them going. They're not gonna have to cook very long because the filling's already been cooked. So let's go in. I'm not gonna crowd the pan, so I'm gonna do 5, I guess, and we'll go ahead and turn them and everything and get rolling. My first batch is already out over here, and I'm going in with my second batch. As I'm making these, I was remembering as a child how you used to make us wontons, and I used to be so excited because it was like a little treat, you know? So yeah, I was just thinking about that while I was making these, and thinking about how much of an influence you had on my perception of food and of cooking. I know so many people who absolutely hate cooking, but it was always a positive experience for me, and I have you to thank for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish frying these up, and I think the next thing we'll do is move on to making the shrimp fried rice, which actually is what you requested, okay? Alright, Ma, here's the egg rolls. They're looking yummy. You hear that? And they're very crispy. A lot of people serve these with a sauce, but I feel like the filling has enough flavor that a sauce is not even warranted. Alright, let's set up for our rice. Alright, the Char-Siu is nice and tender now. I kind of really want a little bit of char in it, so I'm going to put it in under the broiler for maybe 5 minutes just to get the outside a little crunchy. It is so tender. Let me show you. Look at that. Just falling apart. So let me just get a little char on the outside, and this will be ready. Alright, so here's everything we're going to be using for the fried rice. Here I have some jasmine rice that I cooked. I know it looks kind of dark, but it's because I used soy sauce to add salt to it instead of salt when I was cooking it, so it looks a little dark. I have some shrimp here, washed it with lime as usual, and I season it with some soy sauce, some sesame oil, some garlic, and some ginger. Here I have some blended up ginger and garlic. In this container here, I have some of this Chinese cooking rice wine. I also have a little bit of oyster sauce, not much. And here I have some frozen peas and carrot, and some onion finely diced. Alright, let's move on to the cooking. I have my wok on here, and I have some oil in it. Let me bring the camera closer so you can see.